Hello everybody. I'm currently pursuing my research work on Sundarbans, and whenever it comes to the overall condition of the delta with respect to the upcoming cyclones or the human interference, it comes to the fact that Sundarban has lost a lot in the past few decades. And currently, whenever it comes to the overall condition of wildlife in Sundarbans, it is we all know very well that Sundarban is the home ground and shelter to the famous Royal Bengal tigers or the Panthera tigris subspecies of tigers. Currently there are 96 tigers in Indian Sundarbans, and the current counting is going on. The exact number may exceed more than 110. But the Forest Department has not yet published its report. The most important condition of the tigers in Sundarban is their nature is gradually getting changed, and they are branded as man-eaters. But I must conclude this fact by saying that Sundarban tigers are actually not man-eaters, they are more man-killers. Whenever I think my study goes in this way, that whenever the safety distance between the tigers gets crossed or gets violated, the fisher folk who enters the forests of Sundarbans gets regularly killed by tigers. But actually all the tigers are not man-eaters. Most of the corpse which are recovered from the forest after being killed, they are actually, most of them are found not properly eaten. They are absolutely in proper conditions with only some pulled up flesh from their arms or their bellies or like that. So if the tigers would have killed those people for their food, so I think their bodies should have been consumed by the carnivore. But that is not the case every time. So the tigers are more and more becoming prone to get accustomed with humans. Because most of the fisher folk enter the forest for crab, honey, fish and TPS collection, and therefore as a result of which the tigers are getting more space between the forest, between man and their own kingdom. So whenever this safety distance between the man and the carnivore gets violated, the attack actually takes place. So right now all the other species which are found in Sundarbans are wild boar, rhesus macaque, then the spotted deer, then different kinds of birds, etc. The other species are quite well in the environment, but actually we are in a nature, we are actually in a motto to conserve the tigers, as it's a designated tiger reserve. So I think the human interference or continuous entry into the mangroves should be stopped so as to conserve the tigers or the tigris subspecies in a more proper way. And if we consider the quality of the ecosystem, I think the human interference actually takes place in a number of ways. After Amphan, actually the natural disasters, the human interference, the illegal cutting of timber, then the kind of the receding coastlines, etc. are some of the factors which has led to the deterioration of the ecosystem in Sundarbans. The human ecosystem, the human ecosystem lives in parity with that of the environment of Sundarbans, and all the villages are in close proximity to the tiger reserve forests. So people gradually enter the forest for their livelihood, and they get occasionally attacked by the different vertebrates and different animals, including crocodiles also. So the human interference, not only in terms of undue entry into the mangroves take place, it actually also takes place in the form of upstream agriculture, in the form of industrial shrimp cultivation, or the formation of berries actually, where artificial shrimp cultivation take place. Then the undue TPS collection, that is the tiger prawn seed collection take place, and whenever women folk who are involved in TPS collection, they stride the water and they stride the rivers of Sundarbans, they actually disturb the sedimentation and the formation of mud flats. This also in turn affects the environment of the delta. And so in this way it gradually generates some man-animal conflict as well as a man-environment tussle. So this should be stopped in every proper way by generating and regenerating the mangroves, and the mangroves should be stopped from being down cut. And the most important types which are felled for different types of timber species are Sundari, then Poshur, Goran, Gorjun, then Keura. All the species and subspecies are gradually cut illegally, sometimes for timber need, and though some surveillances are taken into account by the forest department, but these species are continuously being down cut by the illegal means. So this should be stopped for protecting the nature of the delta. I think the continuous man-environment relationship is evolving in Sundarbans, and this should be nurtured, and this should be taken controlled of, or it should be properly controlled in this way that people should enter less into the mangroves. The more the serene, the pristine environments of the delta are kept intact, the more is the better the Sundarban will be. So I think Sundarbans should be considered in this way, that these are pristine habitats, and animal and man should live in cohabitation in and around the delta. That's what I think is in my study. So thank you so much for such a presentation.